Good morning students. In this video we are going to discuss chapter 7 water resources, irrigation and the methods of irrigation and the conservation of water. First and foremost, we know that the water is very much important in our lives. For our daily requirements we need water like washing, cleaning, cooking, drinking, etc. Not only for us need water, the animals and the plants even need water. And we get 75% of water on our earth. This water is a natural resources and also it is a renewable resources. Now, as we have said, the water is the center of our life. We use this water in the cultivation as well as in the industries. Now, as we Indians, we need more water because our country is a agricultural land, and for the cultivation we need more water. Now, let's learn the resources of water. The first and foremost is the surface water and secondly of ground water. Now, what is a surface water? Surface water is available on the surface of the earth in the form of rivers, lakes, ponds and canals. So, the water that we get from the rivers, lakes, ponds and canals are called the surface water. Our India has three main rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus, and we get almost 60% of water from these three rivers. Then we have the perennial rivers which originates from the Himalaya, but these perennial rivers are not even. It's uneven because in the summer season, in the dry season, it gets dried up and we get very little water. Secondly, of the groundwater. Now, what is the groundwater? The part of the rainwater that seeps under the surface of the earth is called the groundwater. But the groundwater is uneven due to the climate, topography, etc. Now, India's rain is a seasonal one, which means we get only rain during the 4 months, like it starts from the mid of May and it may go up to September. So, rest of the 8 months we do not get water. So, we need to get some possibility to get water, and we cannot say that we only will be cultivating during these 4 months. So, therefore, we need to have some methods to get water, and we use the irrigation method to get water. So, as we discussed about the water resources, the surface water and the ground water is a very important topic in this chapter, and you will be getting more questions. Therefore, you need to read and learn that. Now, let's go with the methods of irrigation. We Indians, we use two types of methods of irrigation. One is of primitive method and secondly of the modern methods. Now, what is a primitive method? The methods that our ancestors used and still we are continuing, that is called the primitive methods of irrigation. In this primitive methods of irrigation, we use wells, tanks and canals. And in the modern methods that our India has developed so many modern facilities to get the water. Now, let's discuss about the primitive method of irrigation. First and foremost, the wells. We know in most of the houses we are having the wells, and the water we get from the wells are used for the domestic purposes agriculture and for drinking. Now this well cannot be made so deep. Why? Because some places the land is rocky and therefore we cannot dig the well in so deep, and during the summer season it gets dried up. Secondly, we need soft land. As we said, the land, if the land is rocky, we cannot dig the wells, and therefore we will not get enough water. Now let's look into the advantages of the well irrigation. A state like Uttar Pradesh and Punjab, in northern place, the soil is soft and we can dig the well. Secondly, it is the simplest form of the irrigation. It can be dug in any convenient places. And lastly, many of the chemicals like nitrate, chloride and sulfate etc. are contained in the well water. So these are the advantages of the well irrigation. Now let's look into the disadvantages. As we have told in the it cannot be so deep. Means if the soil is not soft, we cannot dig into deep, and in the summer season it gets dried up. Secondly, it cannot be used, it can be used to irrigate only a small areas, and in some well water it is salty and it can be spoil the cultivation. These are the 3 disadvantages of the well irrigation. Now let's look into the tank irrigation. During the rainy season we collect the water in the tank, and during the dry season we use this tank water. You might have seen some places, especially in the cultivated land, the tanks are made and the water is collected. This tank water can be used for the domestic purpose even. Now what are the disadvantages of this tank water? Since the tanks are shallow, the water is wasted through evaporation, and secondly, it is dried up during the dry season or the summer season. Then to make a tank we need space, which means to make a tank we need to spend more space, which can be used for the cultivation. And lastly, the cleaning of tank is also needed, as we know that the water is collected and the dirt get subsided and it cannot be used for our personal use like cooking, cleaning and drinking. Now next method is the canal method of irrigation. Now what is the canal method? Small streams are cut from the river and those streams are used for water. So what is that? The small streams that we cut from the bigger rivers, and that is through which water channelized and passed to the cultivated land. And in India we almost 40% of canal irrigations are used. Now for the canal irrigation we should have flat land, because the flow of the water is not possible on uneven surface. Now if the land is up and down, the flow of the water will not be possible. Secondly, soft surface with a deep soil is required, which means if the surface is rocky, it is difficult to dig the canals. And thirdly, the perennial sources of water. If the sources of water is not perennial, which means if it is not getting regularly, the canal gets dried up. So these are the problems that we face with the canal method. Now irrigation by canal is more suitable in North India than the South India. There are few reasons to understand this one. First and foremost, the river of north is perennial, whereas the water in south is seasonal. Secondly, the surface of the northern plains are flat and soft, whereas the southern plains, the earth is rocky. So these are the disadvantages of the canal irrigation. Now, there are two types of canals: inundation canal and perennial canal. Now, what is inundation canal? It is called flood water canal. It controls the flood when the water is flooded. When the river is flooded with water, the water is collected there during the rainy season. Then the overflowing water is channelized to the different places through canals. And secondly, of the perennial canals. Now, perennial canals get water from the perennial rivers, means the where water is sufficient throughout the year, we channelize water from there through canals to irrigation land or the cultivation land. In perennial canal, water is present all throughout the year. For irrigation, we don't depend upon the rainfall, whereas in inundation canal, we need to depend upon the rainfall, but in perennial canals, we need not to depend upon the rainfall since the water is available. Now, it is very expensive to build it properly, and if we do not build this perennial canals properly, it can damage the cultivation and the cultivation get spoiled.